Hey Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for March. Hope everybody is well. I do want to go ahead and let you know that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Aries out there. Now that being said, Aries, we're going to start with your current energy and then we're going to look at the month of March week by week all the way to the end of March. As always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. You might want to jot down, things since we're going 4 weeks in advance. The beauty of tarot, especially a monthly reading, is that if you can see where the energy is moving, you have the ability to affect that energy. So if you like what you're hearing, you can juice it up. If you don't like what you're hearing, you can take steps to change your energy, which then affects the entire energy. So I always tell people you don't ever give up your power to somebody else, a tarot reader, a psychic, a family member. You are always in charge of your energy. Spirit, show me the energy for Aries. What would you like Aries to know? All right, Aries, you are starting out with the King or the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and it is crossed with the Magician. In the past, you have the Six of Pentacles. All right, so I do feel like you have been very giving in the past. You're showing up here in your past energy being very, very generous. I see you manifesting balance right now, but you're kind of a little bit in some stuck energy for some reason. So let's look and see what the underlying energy is. Spirit, why is all this happening for Aries? The Star card in reverse. Yeah, you might be feeling a little hopeless about something, and that could be keeping you a little bit stuck, because I do see you're trying to manifest balance. There's also healing that needs to take place here, Aries. Let's see what's on your mind. Show me what's on Aries' mind. All right, you have the Ten of Swords reversed. So you've gone through something that was very painful, perhaps even a betrayal. And so you know you need to heal. There's definitely healing that is on your mind. It's in your underlying energy. You might also be wanting to repair a situation. There could have been somebody that was giving to more than one person. It could have been you or the other person. But whatever this situation is, it's not over. There's stuck energy about it. And you haven't moved on from it, but there is a need here for you to heal. So let's look at March. Show me March for Aries. Show me March for Aries. Yeah, Eight of Cups. You're walking away from something. You're walking away from something that has made you feel stuck, in order to find the balance that you're manifesting and in order to heal. Let me see how you're showing up. You have the Ten of Cups reversed. So you're very unhappy about something. There's a situation that you are feeling that you weren't able to achieve your highest happiness, your complete mental or complete emotional happiness. Let me see who's coming towards you. Show me who's coming towards Aries. King of Cups in the reverse. You may have a water sign coming towards you, a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer sign. I do see that this person has feelings for you, but emotionally they're holding back. Let me see Spirit's advice. Show me Spirit's advice for Aries, please. Show me Spirit's advice. The Moon. Yeah, Spirit's saying there are things that are unknown about this situation. There's also a need for you to delve into your intuition, especially if you're unsure of what to do. Show me the outcome at the end of March for Aries. The Four of Cups. Yeah, looking back at the past, although there is love that is approaching you by the end of March, but you're not going to be aware of it. There's a sense here that you're so focused on everything that's happened, and I can see why. You're trying to heal from it, and it looks like it involved a very painful ending and perhaps even a betrayal. So you're trying to heal from this. So you're kind of doing an assessment of everything that has happened in order to be able to move forward and heal. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups in the reverse. Underlying energy, again, this tells me that there's somebody new that's trying to come into your energy, Aries. They have not come in as of yet. They may approach you by the end of March. So if you're looking for new love, I would look towards the end of March and focus on your healing in the meantime. But let's clarify. That can also be an apology that never came about. And we also know that there's somebody here that is, you know, kind of holding back feelings and emotions. So let's see, Spirit, why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for Aries? Ace of Wands. That has to do with a new beginning, a passionate new beginning. And you're manifesting this, but there's still something stuck in your energy. Now, for some of you, there could have been like a one-night stand or a, you know, it could have been a very sexual new beginning. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. A lot of passion, but very little stability. You could also be manifesting finances or money. You could have had a financial setback in your current energy. Let me see why and that would explain why you're trying to balance out your money. Let me see why the Six of Pentacles is here. The Hierophant. Yeah, it looks to me like you were giving in a situation. You were possibly even over-giving in a situation. In the past, you're showing here as being in a committed connection, or this could even possibly be, the Hierophant can sometimes be somebody that you highly respect who is giving advice. And that would be most likely a spiritual leader, perhaps an elder that you feel very comfortable with. But this is showing that you were in a committed connection here in the past. So let me see why this Star card is in reverse. And that may have ended because of a passionate new beginning. Oof. Here we go. We have this Ten of Swords in the reverse. Now, you have that in your energy twice, Aries. So what that's telling me is that there's definitely healing that's going on, and it has to do with a betrayal or a very painful ending here. You're aware of this. You're aware that you need to heal from this, and this is a tremendous amount of healing that's taking place. Let me see what's on your mind. There's some sort of a cycle that is ending here. Oh, look at that. Yep, the World card and the Two of Swords. So you want to end this cycle. You want to move forward. But in your mind, you know that you're kind of going back and forth about it. And I feel like you know that this needs to end, but you're having a little difficulty making that decision. I do see you making that decision in March. But this is where the stuck energy is coming from. You're indecisive about ending out a cycle here that has been very painful. Spirit is saying this is what you need to do to heal. So let me look at March for you. Show me March for Aries, please. Show me March for Aries. I will say that, you know, as I'm doing your reading, the energy is literally feeling stuck. It's feeling stagnant. Almost like when you try to like run and you're in a swimming pool, that it feels like it's dragging, you know? All right, so, wow. All right, so we have the Eight of Cups again, Four of Wands, Nine of Swords, High Priestess reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Tower, Seven of Swords reversed, and Justice in reverse. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult month. I'm going to be honest with you. So what we see in the month of March, you're walking away from something. It could be a marriage or a commitment that you've been in, whatever this commitment is here in the past. And you may be very well moving straight into something else, or there could have been an affair, there could have been a one-night stand, but if so, there was a lot of passion within that, but not a lot of stability. There's you're actually manifesting an end to something. Yeah, so I see you walking away from either a marriage or a long-term connection. But in that first week, you're going to be stressed out. I see you losing sleep. I see you having a lot of anxiety about this. You're very worried about it, but you are trying to move away. This is where the indecision is. You may feel even that that if you walk away, as you're trying to walk away, that you could be the one who's done the betrayal, or perhaps someone's betrayed you. There's definitely a painful ending and betrayal that's involved in this. And you're kind of going back and forth. This is the stuck energy. So in that first week, I see a lot of that anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of concern, but it ultimately, it's about whether or not to walk away. Ultimately, I do see you walking away. In the second week, I see you second guessing yourself a lot. There's still a lot of anxiety. You may engage in an argument. There could be something to do with lies or, holding back the truth, because you may be afraid of verbalizing the details of something. Something here is beginning to come out by the middle of the month, though. Some sort of secret is beginning to be exposed. And it does have to, do with you walking away and this ending. So I do feel that, around the middle of the month, there could be some conflict. You could also be trying to avoid that conflict by, not telling everything or not speaking your truth about something. In the third week, there's a tower moment happening. There's definitely a tower moment happening, and I feel like it's because something here is being revealed. Something is being revealed, something that is involving, deception, lying, cheating, stealing. It'll happen most likely around the third week of March, possibly into the fourth week of March. But it's because you feel like something here is not working out. You feel like the connection that you're currently in isn't working out. So I feel like you're going to be the one who brings in that tower moment. For a lot of you, by the fourth week, we're looking at some sort of legal, especially if you are married. I see something that is legal here. This legal issue or whatever's happening is coming about because of the exposure of some secret, some lying, cheating, stealing issue. It's going to be a tower moment. And I do feel that for some of you, you could be the one finding out about somebody else. There's definitely a secret being revealed here, and it's about deception. And it is going to create a tower moment. Now, for some of you, you could be the one that's ending this. For others of you, you're finding this out about the person that you have been in a long-term relationship with. I do feel, because I do see for some of you, you feel very wronged when this comes out. For others of you, there's guilt associated with, this information coming out. So let's look at, and you're trying to decide whether you should close something out, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are the one who, caused the issue. So I think, you have to take it according to whatever your personal situation is, because I can literally see two timelines on that. Let me see how you're showing up. Show me how Aries is showing up in this reading. All right, Page of Swords reversed, the Empress in reverse, and the King of Wands reversed. So there's some sort of a karmic lesson or a karmic cycle attached to this. But I do feel like you're very unhappy because of things that you were not aware of, you didn't know about. I'm also seeing that there's going to be rumors and, people talking in an unkind way behind your back. You have some people jealous of you, Aries. You definitely do. And I feel like it's affecting you. It's making you unhappy. A lot of you could be questioning your value, your self-worth. especially if you are on the receiving end of this. I also feel like there's this sense of feeling a little bit immobilized, like you can't quite move forward. If you were on the person who was, you know, doing something inappropriate or secretive or whatever it was, there's some guilt associated with this. If you were the one on the receiving end of that, I see that, you know, there's a little bit of depression. Either way, there's a sense of unhappiness here. There's a lot of talk that's happening, and there's jealousy regardless as well. I definitely see that. Let me see who's in your energy. So I can see why there needs to be healing. Let me see who's coming towards Aries. Show me who's coming towards Aries in March. Okay. So the person coming towards you, we do have that King of Cups. It's clarified by the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. Interesting. All right, so this is somebody who is thinking about you a lot. They're probably overthinking the situation. They feel that the two of you could be very happy, and they are showing up as being somebody who is single, who is very independent, but they could be waiting for you to become single as well. This might be why they're holding back their feelings and emotions, but this is somebody who you have captivated them. They feel as if the two of you could be very happy together. So definitely for some of you, you've got somebody that's waiting for you to become single. They're worried, they're stressing about it, they're thinking about it constantly. And I do feel like they're holding back their feelings and emotions until you are basically available, but they think about you all the time. Let me see the moon. Show me the moon card. Show me Spirit's advice for Aries, please. Queen of Pentacles reversed. 9 of Wands. And the 7 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, the Spirit is saying there's definitely secrets here, and these secrets are going to lead to an ending, to a loss, but it's been a long time coming. There's a sense here of Spirit saying, you know, clarity will come. It's been a long time coming, that clarity, but a decision needs to be made in order to overcome the situation. And, you know, there is going to be a loss related to secrets here. You're to look into your intuition in order to gain the clarity and to overcome this. So let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Aries. Show me the outcome for Aries at the end of March. All right, so there's that Knight of Pentacles again. It's in the reverse. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and there's the Moon in reverse. All right, so those secrets that Spirit is talking about are definitely coming out. There's still a lot of stuck energy by the end of March, but that may be because you're still a little indecisive, and for some of you, there's legal issues here. I don't feel like this is going to be completely over by the end of March, but what I will tell you is that there is a love offer that is trying to come towards you. It looks like it's someone new. It's not the person from the past. It does look like you're having a tower moment with that person, but I do feel like that person, they're not revealing their feelings to you by the end of March, but I would say on into April they may, because this person is holding back those feelings and emotions, either waiting for you to become single or waiting to feel, you know, a sense of safety in bringing their feelings towards you. You are going to be, by the end of March, very focused on this connection that you're walking away from, and that's because there's a tower moment in your 4th week. So it makes perfect sense to me. I do feel like things are going to be revealed by the end of March. I think it's going to be a little difficult to deal with, but, you know, I feel like that's where that stuck energy is, and a lot of healing needs to take place. So just hang in there, Aries, because I do feel that as you go back and you kind of analyze everything that's happening, you're going to see that this was a long time in coming, And I do feel like you will get some clarity through that healing. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and that is underlying energy. It does indicate to me that you are likely trying to avoid conflict at all costs. So let me pull an oracle card for you and see if we can get some more advice. Spirit, I am pulling for Aries. All right, Aries, you have number 22, and it's called Immortality. So give me a second and let me read that for you, because I do like that it's a 22, because that condenses down to a 4, which does indicate, you know, stability. So hopefully more stability will be coming into your situation. It says, you are lifetime's long seeker, and your soul has journeyed and traveled through skins and forms and elements time and again. In this lifetime, you're being offered the wisdom of all that has gone before in order to continue the healing journey of your own soul. You're surrounded by the energy of the peach blossom tree, a great old tree that grows deep within the Kitsune realms, and those who reach it are small compared to its mighty branches. You are now climbing the tree of immortality, and as you climb, your soul is refining itself, becoming more pure, more wise, shedding everything that once held you back. The tree of the immortals whispers to you that you are one of its children, that you are immortal, and that you will return to its branches again and again in the lifetimes to come. The tree of immortality knows that you are growing strong, and it will offer to you now some of its vast wisdom so that you can climb further into the journey of the soul. Know that you are being offered time here in this lifetime to complete your soul's task, to be surrounded by beauty and joy, and to have aspirations for your physical form. You are asked to not attempt to force some kind of inhuman perfection on yourself. Instead, the tree of immortality asks you to embrace yourself and to love yourself with patience and kindness. For with this love, there will come a flowering of the soul, and the joy and peace which you seek will come to you in this energy of love. For now, though, child of the peach flowers, sit a while in the branches of the tree of immortality, the tree that has seen infinite ages, infinite changes. Watch the fruits of the Spirit grow, and know that you are seen, accepted, and loved by this wise and sentient God of the forest of the Kitsune. All right. I hope that this has been helpful for you, Aries. It looks like it's quite an eventful month for you. It looks like for whoever this reading's for, you've got a lot going on. So I hope this has given you some clarity. If you have resonated with this reading, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Aries, know that you are loved, and namaste.